This episode is brought to you by Bluehost.com.
Hey, what's going on everybody? Jeremy here. On today's episode, we're going to be checking out the new 720p 240 frames per second video mode on the GoPro HERO4 Black edition. I got some of my own test shots, but we're also going to be taking a look at another video shot by Mallorca Riders using this same video mode. Additionally, I'm going to be reviewing a GoPro Companion App, which gives you estimated battery life, estimated storage space, and much more. So let's get right into this video.
Alright, so I'm here at the gym and there's a few people here that could do some cool stuff, so let's see how it looks in 240 frames per second. This mode only supports the narrow field of view. You'll see that when compared to wide and medium that the narrow field of view crops out a lot of the image. It would be like scaling in on the wide shot to about 200%. It was a little tough to get my shots framed since I don't have the LCD backpack. I used the GoPro app to see how far I needed to be to get the whole subject in the frame. I then tried to keep that same distance throughout the whole test shoot. These shots were slowed down to 12.5% for a 30 frames per second playback. 12.5% will give you the smoothest playback when working in a 30 frames per second project. If you're looking for even slower playback, you can use the Flux feature in GoPro Studio. I've got a tutorial on how to use that feature and I'll link it in the description.
Although you get really smooth slow motion playback, the narrow field of view makes it a little tough to work with. As I mentioned, you'll need to test out your distances beforehand if you don't have the LCD backpack.
After reviewing the clips, we also saw that the quality was just not that great. I intentionally wanted to shoot indoors to give you an idea of what to expect. Shooting at 240 frames per second gives the sensor little time to absorb light. Ideally, you should use this mode outside with lots of sunlight. Shooting with the narrow field of view at 240 frames per second while indoors is almost unusable. The quality is just not good. Now that I think about it, the quality looks the same as WVGA mode.
Alright, now let's transition into a video shot by Mallorca Riders. This video was shot entirely at 720p at 240 frames per second.
It's a nice edit showcasing exactly what this mode is capable of. As I said previously, outdoor shots with this mode would be ideal, and this video does just that. I was not able to get the source video from them. I had to download it directly from YouTube. So I'm unsure if the original video before YouTube's encoding process looked any better. But besides that, focusing on the slow motion aspect, you can really get a feel for what you'd be able to achieve with this mode. If you'd like to check out the full edit, I'll have it linked at the end of this video and in the description.
Alright, so I recently stumbled on an app that I want to share with you guys. It's a GoPro Companion App and it's available for both Android and iOS.
This app is a handy reference guide that helps you determine several things depending on what you need. This app calculates time, meaning how much time you can record when using different video modes and SD card sizes. Calculate storage tells you how much space is required when shooting in different video modes based on your SD card size. There's a battery life estimate for both video mode and time-lapse mode. And lastly, there's a time-lapse section which helps you decide how much time you need to shoot your time-lapse for to get your final video.
This app supports all GoPro cameras and every single video mode on each camera.
I personally find the time-lapse calculation helpful. You can input what you want your final time-lapse length to be, include the interval, the resolution, and playback frame rate, and the app will calculate how long you would need to shoot for, the amount of pictures that will be taken, and the amount of space required on your SD card. For instance, let's say I want my final time-lapse to be 30 seconds with a 5-second interval, a photo resolution of 12 megapixels, and a 30 frames per second playback. It quickly shows that I would need to shoot the time-lapse for 1 hour and 15 minutes. 900 pictures will be taken, and it'll use up 4.66 gigabytes of space.
Lucky enough, I was able to contact the creator of the app and let him know that I was going to do a review in this video. Since I thought you guys would definitely find it helpful, I was able to get him to discount the app for a few days. So if this is something that you think you would find helpful, I'll have a link in the description so that you can go to either the Android store or the iOS store to make the purchase. Now remember, if you don't like the app, you could always refund it, but I think you only have like 2 hours to make your decision.
I got the chance to play with the newest version of the app, which will include a slow motion calculator, giving you the exact percentages needed to get smooth slow motion playback. Simply enter your frames per second and your desired frame rate, and the percentage will be displayed.
Remember, I'm still accepting videos from you guys. If you have any GoPro do-it-yourself projects, tutorials, or cool GoPro edits, and if you want them to be featured, send them over to me. And if you want to stay up to date with me, you can follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. I also wanted to mention again that this video is brought to you by Bluehost.com. So if you're in need of a new website, check out my link in the description and you can get a website going for as little as $3.95 a month. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for liking and commenting, and I will see you next week.